You may have heard the word revolution before. Do you know what it is? How about what causes it?
Breaking the word revolution down might help us remember what it is. A word that is better known is revolt. If the spinach your grandmother feeds you makes you turn up your nose, you could say the spinach is revolting.
A revolution is overthrowing a government or social order in favor of a new system. If government is making people unhappy, a revolution could happen. Just like if your grandma feeds you something you don't like, you might refuse and want something else.
Why do people revolt? Some people revolt because they feel they are being mistreated, sometimes by being overtaxed or by being run by leaders who don't obey the law.
We'll be focusing on the French Revolution. There were many reasons leading up to the French Revolution, but first, what is it and when did it happen? The French Revolution was a period of social and political upheaval in France that lasted from 1788 to 1799. In the end, the monarch was overthrown and a dictatorship was established under Napoleon.
Now let's take a look at what some of the reasons leading up to the French Revolution were.
Cultural enlightenment. Enlightenment is critical to progression. Enlightenment means to know or understand. During the Cultural Enlightenment, people were greater educated, and with more knowledge comes more power to understand the rights you deserve.
Social causes. With the Enlightenment came a more influential bourgeois. The bourgeois is the common people and were formerly considered the third estate. These people evolved into a caste with its own agenda and aspired to political equality with the clergy, the first estate, and the aristocracy, the second estate. As you could probably guess, people on top don't like the people below them rising.
Another thing that caused commoners to rise was high taxation. Commoners were poor, and the wealthy clergy and royalty weren't taxed at all. The commoners carried the nation financially with their hard work.
Financial and economic causes. A big reason why the nation needed the taxes so badly was because of the shortage of wheat. There had been a couple bad harvests, which was leading to a severe food shortage. People were starving, and there wasn't enough bread for everyone. Because there was a high demand for bread, those who had it sold it for outrageous prices.
France was running out of money, and the commoners were being highly taxed under King Louis XVI. Additionally, commoners didn't have enough land, and they were primarily farmers.
To make things even worse, King Louis XVI began taking privileges away from the commoners. They were understandably upset about this. Imagine how you would feel if your sister or brother got to do something, but your mom said you couldn't because you were younger. It would make you mad, right?
France was in so much debt because the king was spending so much of France's resources on the American Revolution. The king was a huge supporter and wanted to help America in any way he could.
France sent America supplies, troops, and other resources. America really appreciated it, but unfortunately, this caused France's budget to dry up. France was not getting anything back for the amount of money that they were spending.
All in all, the financial and economic situation in France was looking incredibly grim. Things were getting worse and worse.
Political causes. Another thing that caused the French Revolution was the autocratic monarchy in France. Basically, this meant that the French monarchs had all the power. They even declared themselves the representatives of God.
Understandably, this made the commoners very upset. They didn't feel it was fair that the rich upper-class people got all the power and representation. They were working way harder than the rich people were, and they weren't gaining anything from it. They began to resent the monarch more and more with every day.
The commoners were also upset that the monarchy were the ones spending all of France's money. The commoners were also poor, and the monarchs were living in extravagance.
The monarchy did whatever they wanted because they had the power. They hardly paid any attention to their subjects, and when they did, it was mostly to arrest them for no reason. It wasn't fair, and the commoners were getting angrier about it by the minute.
When you look at all of these factors together, it is easy to see how eventually things in France hit a boiling point.
The revolution begins. In 1788, the commoners formed a national assembly against the wishes of the king, and this is where the French Revolution started.
In conclusion, revolutions happen when a group of people overthrow or rebel against their system of government. As with the French Revolution, people can only take so many injustices before they hit a breaking point and decide to revolt.
The end.